Good morning, my lovely friends. How are you today? It's Trashcraft Tuesday time, and I really had a hankering to work with envelopes. You know, it's just such a great resource to work with. So these are used envelopes. This one is open, has been sliced at one end, and this one the same. But what I want to do is I want to cut these down, so I'm going to start with that first. Fair warning here, I have not tried this project. I'm just making it up as I go along. I've been dithering around trying to decide what I want to do for Trashcraft Tuesday, and I was just getting nowhere, and it was like, okay, I need to pick up something and start handling it and see what comes to me. And so that's what I did, and I got a bit of an idea, a loose idea, and I'm just going to run with it and see where it takes me. So hopefully it takes us somewhere good. If not, you know, learning curve. Right, now, so these are closed. I think I would like to, which side do I want to open on? Essentially, I want to open on 3 sides, so only leaving one that's not open. I think I'll slice a bit off this end first while I dither. You know, this video is probably going to be high on the dither factor because I really don't know what I'm doing. And, you know, why not bring you along for the ride when I'm feeling so unsure of myself? Like, what could go wrong, my friends? What could go wrong? So at the moment, I've got top and bottom open. I think I want this side open, so I'll just go for it. Doesn't really matter. Like, I don't know why I'm making such a meal of it. Probably because I don't know what I'm doing. It's like I'm playing, but I need to relax and play, not stress and play. I feel a little stressy at the moment for no reason really, other than stressing about I need to do something. What am I going to do? So yes, so now we have, ta-da, we have 2 of these, whether I get 2 done. Right, so we have some flippy flappy things happening, and I'm going to glue that closed so we don't have any flippy flappy stuff going on. Kind of, hopefully that's, well, not quite glue in the right place, but I think a finger wipe won't take care of. So that's that one, and then this one, yep, same deal. Got a bit of flippy flappy. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I'm just putting glue on the outside edge there, on this edge, and along the top, and then wiping up where I put the glue where it wasn't needed. I love tacky glue. You can just rub it off your fingers and it's really no drama, unlike glue stick, which just gums you up so quickly. Okay, so we have 2 foldy pieces. Oops, turn it around the right way. Now what I envisage is like a double journal card. So, you know, journaling space, etc. with the added little bonus of a window where we'll put something fun in. Now, have I got anything ready to put in them? No, I do not. You know, totally winging it. So let me grab out, I think, my digital scraps, maybe, if I can find them. Yep, here we go, digital scraps of all sorts. This is one of mine, and I feel like going bold and bright, so why not? You can do one like this that's bold and bright and fun and funky. And then maybe we'll do more of a, I don't know, other style, if we have time. Just take the white off this first. Oops, that did not go well. Let's try it again. So how you doing, guys? You having a good day? I'm not having a bad day. Oh, except when it comes to tearing, obviously. I've been a little frustrated. I was grappling with something earlier and I was like, why won't it do what I want it to do? And I tried Googling answers and Google failed me. It did. It was not bringing up any search results that was answering my query. So I kind of had to go back to the drawing board and thought, well, if this isn't working, I need to restart again, because obviously some random bit of information is caught up in the program and not allowing me to do it. So I sort of kind of restarted that particular aspect and had to take a few guesses here and there and eventually got it done. But it was just frustrating. It was like, Google normally helps me out. It's not normally so hard to find an answer to something. But today, it wasn't playing ball. Oops, where are we? Where's the edge of my paper? About there. So, just a little frustrating. And then I got to the point where I was like, wow, I've spent so much time on this and the afternoon is racing away. I need to do a video. So I actually turned my laptop off, because if you don't know, I now have my laptop. We are paying it off, unfortunately. It came to the point where that was the only way it was going to happen, as if we just did it and pay it off. But thank you to everybody who, and you know who you are, who've contributed, and to money for birthday, money for Christmas from my family, all that sort of jazz. We were able to put basically a third of the cost down on it, and we've only got like 2/3 left to pay. So we're hoping to pay it off. We got 2-year terms on it, but we're hoping to pay it off in 6 months, which I think is okay. I'm okay with that. Don't like going into debt, but yeah, that's what we decided to do, and means I can work, I can look after my health and my body. I think I need a contrasty something or other. I need more than just two colours, 2 patterns. This is also mine, if I get it out, but it's a bit too different. The orange colour works, but the rest maybe not so much. Yeah, so I shut the laptop down and I was like, right, I need to walk away. I need to get busy working. Oh, maybe this is not mine, but that might actually work quite nicely. It's a little calmer on the pattern, but still working with those warm colours. So let's do this. This is, I want to say the Junk Journal Studio, but I'm not entirely positive on that. So what am I going to do on the back? I think I need to cover it, but thinking I want it to be writable as well. So I might do this actually before I do that front bit. Yeah, so that's how my day's gone. It's been good. It's been a little frustrating. Also, internet issues. If you watched my video, Monday's video, it was up late. Not by much, by about half an hour, because internet was playing up and we've only just gone to fibre. So I was like, this is really weird. Why is it taking so long? And it's because one of our pieces of technology that run the internet needed to be reset. So basically turn it off, turn it on, and then everything came back to normal. But I didn't want to do that in the process of uploading my video, so I had to wait till it was done before I did it. Because, yeah, probably would have been quicker to do it, like cancel that upload and do it, and then the video would have been up on time, but I didn't. So yeah, there was that, but it's now all back to running normally, so that's a relief. It was just a bit frustrating because nothing was working, like trying to watch YouTube on TV. It wouldn't, because there was no internet connection for the TV, and trying to watch our program over breakfast this morning, we got like 10 minutes and then it dropped the internet connection. So it was like, oh, the frustrations of this modern age. Right, now that I've done that, do I want to wrap that around? I think I'll wrap it around a little bit and then put a decorative strip so that there's a bit of separation. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, my stomach is gurgling. So why I told you that, I don't know, unless you actually heard it. You may have heard it, I don't know. It wasn't that loud, I don't think. Okay, I do have a bit of a white edge. Just gonna, hopefully it won't make it too narrow. Can you tell I'm all sorts of all over the show today? But never mind. Just you and I here. We're friends. You don't mind if there's a bit of weirdness going on, I hope. Yeah, that was actually worked out perfectly height-wise. So new side of the glue page. So I'm going to collage it flat and then we'll fold it once it's dry. Okay, I don't mind if I end up making the window smaller. That would be absolutely fine by me. So let's do a strip up there. That's of the orange pattern. So it was an interesting week last week. Fibre, as I already mentioned, that went in on Monday. Tuesday I was running around tidying the house and cleaning and stuff like an absolute loon because my mum was coming to visit, and it's the first time she's been out here in at least a year, probably a year and a half, maybe even 2 years. It's been so long because she hasn't been well enough. So, you know, total spin out on getting the house ready because it was an absolute tip. It really was, no jokes. And it still is, but at least it was clean and somewhat tidier. And by the time they got, and I cooked lunch for them because they were turning up about lunchtime. And by the time they arrived, that's my mum and my stepfather, I was exhausted. I was so tired, and I spent my whole time with them here yawning. It was really bad. But it was really lovely to have them out here. It's been so long, so it was good. And then I had to go out briefly in the afternoon. They left in the afternoon to go visit my godmother and my brother. So a couple of other visits while they were out here. And then Wednesday, what happened Wednesday? Wednesday, hubby bought my laptop. So he ordered it late in the day by the time he ordered it. So that was exciting, but I wasn't that excited. I had something on Wednesday morning. I can't remember what it was. I think I did videos. It was one of the few times last week where I could actually do videos. So I did, I think, a couple of videos or one video. I can't remember. And then I had food bank in the afternoon, so that was fine. Do I want to put a bit of red down there, or do I want something else? Let's have a wee look. Then Thursday was the day the plumber was here to replace our hot water cylinder. I want a bit of green. Whoops. Get out more than just a bit of green, because there is green in this design here. No, it's a bit too in your face. So he was due to arrive at 8 a.m. I didn't know how long he'd take. Oh, what about this? I quite like that leafy pattern. This is the Junk Journal Studio. I know that for sure. So I wasn't sure how long he'd take, but I knew I wouldn't be able to do any videos while he was here, and sure enough, there was banging, there was sawing, there was wrenching, there was all sorts of noises, and he was backwards and forwards through the room that I'm in, that I record in, as he went sort of under the floor and up in the ceiling, and the cupboard where the hot water cylinder is just right beside this room, so lots of noise. So I'm glad I didn't even think about doing a video, because it just would have been nonsense. So he arrived at 10 to 8 in the morning, and I had to go at 12:30 to go to the food bank, and he was still here. He was almost finished, but he was still here. So I left and he locked up on his way out. So it took a long time. But we don't have to empty water that's leaking out of the hot water cylinder anymore. And the hot water cylinder is running more efficiently. The water is hotter, the pressure is better, although it's making weird noises, and I think it's because it's working properly. So it's noisier, but it's not horribly noisy. It's just that we're noticing it. And the pipes are lagged. We've never had pipes lagged before, so you know that's only going to be good for hot water retention. Yeah, so that happened on Thursday, so it was quite a disruption, but necessary, you know, just life. And I did some shopping for the food bank on the way on Thursday, and so when I arrived there, I had to park across the car. You know, it's a private property, and there were a lot of cars there, and there was a car where I normally park, and a trailer with wood and all sorts of stuff going on. And so I had to park, you know, way away from the storerooming. So I carried the peanut butter in, and I still had to carry the bags of rice, which was fine. But I was walking into the, now which way are we going? Window on the front. So that's going to be the inside. So I want a picture here. Just looking for my file of things to grab out. I'm getting a bit confused now. No, that's my washi tape one. This one, I think, is the one I want. And I was distracted. I was thinking about things, thinking about how the food was going to be delivered and how the people delivering the food would get access with all the stuff in the car and the way and stuff. So I was very distracted. Now we need something that's going to go really with those colours, and those are Christmas ones, so I'm not really after Christmas. And I was carrying a tray of peanut butter, so I couldn't see the floor. Can you tell where this is going? Couldn't see the floor, and I was distracted. Oh, that's pretty. Oh yes, that's going to be it. We're going to use this tag, and this is from KateCrafts.com. KateCraftsStore on Etsy. This was a freebie from ages ago. So I walked in to the storeroom carrying the tray of peanut butter. Couldn't see the box on the floor, the banana box. I knew it was there, but I wasn't thinking. And so I basically ran into it, and before I could say help or or scream or anything, I was on the floor. My leg somehow folded itself inside the banana box. I don't recommend it unless you're like, I don't know, a contortionist. I do not recommend trying to fold your leg inside a banana box. It is painful. And so I was on the floor with my leg excruciatingly folded into a banana box somehow. Just the lower part of my leg, not my whole leg. Concrete floor, peanut butter all over the place. And I had to work out how to get up off the floor. Well, get out of the banana box. So that was the first thing, was to get out the banana box, because it was causing me so much pain. So that was my first priority. Did that. And I'll have to say there were a few tears. Yes, there were. It was painful. And then I had to work out how to get up off the floor. Concrete floor, as I mentioned. And I can't kneel. I have not been able to kneel for years. It's super painful with lipedema that I've got. I cannot kneel. It's just excruciating. And kneeling on concrete floor, nope. Just kill me now. Nope, that's not going to happen. So fortunately, the bench in the food store there has a leg that was quite close, so I was able to kind of back myself up onto a banana box, another banana box that was behind me, sort of hoist myself up on that, so I was, that far off the floor, which helped. And then I kind of grabbed the post and was able to pull myself up to standing, which took a lot of grunting and groaning. It was not easy, but I got up, and then I was really fighting the tears, and I did not want anyone to know, because I didn't want my counterpart at the food bank, who's recovering from her own medical issues at the moment, didn't want her to worry. So I went out to the car limping to get the rice, struggling not to be crying as I went, and because it was out in the open, and it was a mission. So wasn't fun. Did I mention it was not fun? So I continued and did all the food bank work that I needed to. I just had to keep going. There was no option, and count the cost at the end of the day. So I'm a bit bruised, I will say. My knee is very colourful, and it's got some weird things going on. Not sure about it yet. We'll just see. And I've got a hematoma down above my ankle, so along the front of my leg, quite all the way around the front of my leg. It's very bruised, and it's a hematoma. I can tell it's quite painful to touch, but I've got to touch it so it doesn't go hypersensitive, because I've been there before, and that's not fun. It's just, last week was difficult, guys. It just was difficult. There was so much going on. There was so much worry about how we were paying for things, and you might go, well, just you could have not got the laptop, and yes, that was an option, but I need it. I actually need it for my health. I need it so I can look after my health, and so that I can work and bring in, I don't bring in a lot of money, but very little, especially that I'm not doing a lot of YouTube videos at the moment, but I really needed the laptop, so it was a priority. And hubby worked everything out, and we can do it, but we've got to be, one, careful, and two, pull back here and there on certain things until we've got it all done, all paid off, and that's fine. It is doable. We know we can do it. Otherwise we wouldn't have gone there if we didn't think we could do it. And so yeah, the fall just threw me for a loop. And as time went on, I found other issues, like my finger here. I'd done something to it, and it was excruciating to bend it. But on Sunday, I bent it up this way very carefully, because it was sore at both joints. Bent it up carefully, and then let it go, and it seems to have released something. So maybe it was a nerve that was pinched or something misaligned. I don't know, but it's not excruciating anymore. I tweaked my neck, so my neck was a little bit sore. Not too bad. Seems to have come right now. My knee is sore, both bruise-wise and like I've got arthritis in it anyway, so it's just sore. You know, bending, straightening, walking, it's sore. I've got a few random bruises on my arm in various places because I don't know how I went down, because, you know, it just happened so quickly. And then Friday was the day I was supposed to do grocery shopping, so I went with hubby, but I could not face going grocery shopping. One, I was tired. Two, I was too sore. My finger was really bad, so gripping anything, picking anything up was just not on. So I spent the day in his office, and it was the day that the laptop arrived, and it was arriving at his work. So I thought, well, I could have stayed home, but it's like, no, I'll go out because I'll be there when the laptop arrives. And it was so exciting. I walked out as it arrived because I could see the courier arrive, and I was like, yay! So that was fun. That was the highlight, the laptop arriving, and then setting it up. You know, I don't like that side of things. Setting it up is just boring, but it has to be done. And, you know, remembering passwords and signing in and downloading apps and blah, blah, blah. I just want it all to be done. Like, you know, close your eyes and snap your fingers, boom. But anyway, I did it. And the mouse that I had was an old mouse, old wireless mouse. Hadn't used it for ages. And I put it in and, yep, does not work. It's dead. And I'd stopped using it so long ago, I couldn't remember why I stopped using it. Well, the answer is it's dead. So I was doing all this without a mouse, which is, you know, just a little difficult. I work better with a mouse instead of the trackpad, you know, where you're using your finger. And then I had an old Wacom tablet, and I was hoping to be able to use that on it. And plugged it in, found the drivers, downloaded them, and gave it a go. And it's like, it doesn't work. And so I was like, what's going on? It gave, you know, when I searched for my model number, and it gave me the drivers and blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of blah in here, isn't there? And eventually I found out that the model is no longer supported. So the drivers it gave me to download don't work for that model. So why did they give me that driver? I don't know. I don't understand. Anyway, so I thought, oh, well, that's useless. I binned it. I put it in the bin and then later retrieved it. It was like, I'm not quite ready to let it go. Is there some way I can work around this, that I can get it to work? I haven't gone back to have a look yet because I just can't face it right now. And then on the way home, we picked up a brand new mouse, which works beautifully. And it's black. Yeah, it's black, but it's got a dark red band around it. So, yay, my favourite colour. Kind of. It's a bit more browny than my favourite colour, but it's close. Okay, I've done a lot of talking, haven't I, my friends? Thank you for listening to all my... I'm not grumbling. I'm just giving you the lowdown on everything that's been going on. Oh, now that wasn't good. I've got that bit of paper right on the fold, but that's okay. We just might have to put a bit of extra glue. Fold it back along its thing, and I didn't wait until this was dry, so it's not too bad. It's not too bad. We'll just push it into that crease, tidy it up. By the time I flattened it, it's not quite on the fold. It's just a hair's breadth away from the fold, so that's okay. So we've got writing space. We have this lovely bird on the front there, and then we've got writing space. I didn't pay much attention, and I do have a little, what's that blue? Oh, just something that's picked up off my desk. That's all right. We got rid of that. A little bit of edge of the envelope there. What would I like to do to cover that? No, what about a bit of this? Maybe a bit of that. Yeah, just giving you the download on my week that was. So yeah, it was very up and down. There were some really big highs, like getting the laptop, massive high. It's been something I've wanted for years and needed, really probably needed it for years, but it became a pressing need over the last few months. So to actually have my laptop now is just incredible. I can't tell you how incredible it feels and how grateful I am to everybody who's helped out on the way, and particularly to my husband. He really is amazing, so generous and supportive. Right, need to put some other bits on. So thinking a nice little vintagey label from the Junk Journal Studio would be nice. And so that was Friday. Now, because we didn't, or I didn't do the grocery shopping on Friday, that meant that we needed to do it on Saturday, and I needed to record a video on Saturday. I needed to do 2. Well, I didn't get 2 done. I only got 1 done. So I recorded a video, then we went shopping. I might just give this an ink. Went shopping, did the groceries, came back, had lunch, and then hubby went for a nap and had 2 emergency food parcels that needed to be done. So when hubby got up from his nap, we went and put those together and delivered them. And in amongst all that, there's a lot of backwards and forwards with the clients. You know, when are you delivering it? I'm not home. When are you coming? Don't worry about the dogs. They're tied up. You know, all this sort of things, backwards and forwards, and, you know, which happens when it's an emergency because, you know, they're in desperate straits and they're a bit stressed about when they might get food to eat. So did 2 of those on Saturday, and that basically took all the daylight hours, really, doing all that. Glad we got the groceries done though. And then Sunday was church as normal. And then I got a text at like 2:30 on Sunday afternoon asking for a parcel today. And then asking for specific items as well that were extra. They specifically stated extra, da-da-da-da. And this person knows our regular hours, so I wasn't terribly impressed. So then ensued a bit of discussion with my counterpart at the food bank to see where she was at with it. And then I went and talked with my neighbour who works for a different food bank, and she's so wise, and discussed with her how I was going to go back to this client, because the answer was going to be no. Because he knows how we work, when we work, and he's been creating a bit of issues lately, and we just needed to give him the strong message, no, you can't just treat us like puppets, effectively. So yeah, that was Sunday. I spent probably 2 hours on Sunday afternoon doing all this because of this particular client, and stressing about it, and trying to not be grumpy about it, and trying to be full of grace, and really struggling with that. But eventually worked out a plan. I went back to him, have not heard back. So yeah, don't know what he's done with that information. I expected him to come back to me and give me a sob story, because we always get a sob story from him, but I haven't heard anything. I'm thinking, because we've got the bird there, do we want another? To me, it's reading very busy. And maybe that's because my brain is very busy at the moment. My brain is very distracted and going in so many different directions. I feel like I haven't calmed down yet from everything that's been going on. I'm like, I need to take a breath. I need to relax and enjoy, but I feel very I feel messy. Does that make sense? I feel messy. Just wondering if a stamped something might. Got some cool bees here. I might just tear one out. Do I want to tear it, cut it? I think I'll tear it. Yeah, I feel messy. I feel like I've fractured. So I imagine that comes across in my videos as well, especially on one like this where I'm not actually sure what I'm doing. Doesn't help. So yeah, just a bit fractured. So I do appreciate you being here and putting up with my weirdness, because I feel very weird. Oh, that's kind of too similar to that. I'm going to put that there. Is it a good decision? I don't know. I'm kind of past, not past caring, but past being able to process, and I just want to get it done. But the colours work. And this bird becomes more of a background thing than a feature, but still there. And I think maybe a number or something up there. I'll get off of there. I think that just blends in a bit too much with that polka dot paper. That's quite nice. I like that. I'm just wondering whether I want a round something instead. It might be a bit big. That's got blue on it. It's not the right colour. Pink is not the right colour. Purple is not the right colour. Black with orange. No, too big. I think it's too big. It's got blue on it. I'm just dropping them now. It's a slightly darker one, but I think I like the red one better. So let's just not fight it anymore and go with the red one. Hooray, they shout, she made a decision, finally. It happens on occasion. Yeah, so I'm having fun on my laptop, and it's not about fun, it's about working, but my work is fun. So it's not a bad thing to be having fun on my laptop. It means I'm, you know, there's frustrations like the issue I was talking about earlier where it wasn't doing what it needed to, and I couldn't work out why it was doing what it was doing. You know, there's always frustrations that come along. But it's satisfying, on the other hand, to actually conquer it and go, okay, well, that happened. Couldn't work out how to do it, so I had to restart that particular aspect, and it's now done. So there's satisfaction in working through those issues as they arise. And then all I want to do, I'm not going to do a second one, guys. I think I've made a mission of this one. Got a little white edge there, so the ink's going to help take care of that. And a little white edge down there. I could trim it, but I'm just going to ink it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much up to date with where I'm at. I was hoping to get kind of semi back to normal with my recording schedule for videos this week, but a bit dubious on that. I'm out tomorrow afternoon. I'm out Wednesday and Thursday afternoons, of course, as per normal for the food bank. I'm thinking I might be able to stay home this Friday, which will be brilliant if I can. Would be really good. And on top of all that, you know, I'm still really sore. Wearing normal shoes is sore because the tongue of the sneakers hit me where my hematoma is. My frogs are tolerable, but still quite high up and get me in that place as well. And I'm just feeling a bit battered and bruised, and literally I am battered and bruised, but in good spirits. Like, you know, everybody gets a bit bruised and battered at times. It's no biggie. Don't worry about me, guys. I'm certainly feeling sorry enough for myself. I don't need anyone else to feel sorry for me. So I can't promise that you'll have your normal videos this week again. I'll see what I'll just see what happens. I'll take it, and I'm allowing myself the grace to not stress about it, but it does bother me. I've got to be honest and say it does bother me that I'm not back to normal yet. I may not ever return to that normal. I don't know. I hope I do. It's my desire to, but we shall see. Okay, I'm going to call that done because how long have we taken? We've taken long enough. My goodness, we've taken so long to do this. And when I say we, I mean me. I have taken so long to get that far. So I've got this one. I can do that sometime. I think it's quite cute. It's just another way to use an envelope as a base. Some beautiful writing space there with the coffee dyed paper. Writing space on the back. And I feel this is not my best decorating that I've ever done. But it's okay. Like, it's not bad. It's just not quite as good as what I would have liked. But I think that's what comes from scatterbrained. Let's just call it scatterbrained. Thanks so much for bearing with me, my friends. You are truly the best audience in the world, the best friends in the world. You're so kind and enduring in putting up with me as I blabber on about life and its adventures. So take care, my friends. I hope to be back tomorrow with a video, but if I'm not, just know it's okay. Go watch somebody else and I'll be back when I can. Take care, my friends. Bye for now.